Welcome again to Highly Questionable. We got more football for you, Papi. I know that gets you excited. That's Izzy Gutierrez. What do you like on the show today, Iz?
If the Bills are misery, the Lions and Raiders are excellent company.
And the Cardinals. Dale, Papi.
How should Matt Patricia feel about the Jets saying they knew everything the Lions were doing?
That's the way it seemed. The Jets' defense was playing so well. They're good, but they're not that good. And then after the game, the guys said everybody in that locker room was talking about, we knew what was coming. We knew their hand signals. They were tipping everything. And what I love about this is the symbolism. When you come from the Patriots, you're used to being the one who steals the signals, not the one who has them stolen. And as soon as you leave the Patriots, you look like all these guys who have left Belichick and Brady's side. Sloppy as Matt Patricia did last night. Because how he looked last night was sloppy. His team and his whole look.
Matt Patricia was all over the Patriots organization. He was on the offensive side. He was on the defensive side. He was a coordinator. He was there for more than a decade. He won 3 rings with that team. You would have never guessed he was part of that organization last night. Like Dan said, everything which was the exact opposite that you're used to coming from the Patriots, you're getting from this Detroit Lions team. 39 yards rushing. Have no idea, and this has been a years in the making now, no idea if Matthew Stafford is actually good or just finds a way to get a bunch of yards. This is the worst possible beginning for a coach. I feel like we've said that for a few coaches just in the past 2 days for a coach in his NFL debut with his new team.
Losing 48-17 to the Jets at home to open your season, it doesn't get a lot worse than that.
Do you know who enjoyed that game immensely last night?
Who's that, buddy?
Jim Caldwell.
That's right. But you wouldn't know it by looking at him because he still has the hangdog face.
Yeah, and also Bowles, by the way. Todd Bowles also. The expression never changes on his face like a mascot.
Should New York Jets fan embrace Sam Darnold as their savior?
Why wouldn't they? They have not gotten very good quarterback play. And last night, when he had the most disastrous and what we thought symbolic start to a season in Jets history by making a terrible decision and throwing the football across his body for a pick six, a lot of young players would have folded up there. That's not the way that you want to start your career. And yet this guy was ultimately very poised, looked relaxed, and now you will see only growth from here. And now you can see for yourself what Tony Romo was talking about when he said this guy can take the mantle from the old quarterbacks in that league.
This is going to be one of those years with all those quarterbacks drafted in the first round. 2 or 3 of them are going to be really good. The Jets look like they got lucky and got one of those guys. As a rookie, despite the pick six, looked comfortable out there, looked poised, looked like he's athletic enough to move around the pocket, poised within the pocket, can even throw the ball deep a little bit. 3 or 4 for balls thrown 15 yards or more in the air. I really like what they've got. When you've got that formula, kind of like this old Seattle Seahawks with the inexpensive, really good quarterback and the stockpile of defensive players like the Jets do have, that means they could get really good really fast. It just depends on if Darnold can continue this past, the first game against the Lions.
Even with someone as good as Jared Goff, you saw what happened when he initially came into the league and he was playing a brand of football that looked scared. The thing that you have to take away from yesterday is not the numbers and not even the victory, because you're not going to put up 50 points all the time. It's that Sam Darnold is totally unafraid of gunslinging. Now, that might end up in some interceptions, but you got to like it when you're winning 48-17.
Sam is going to have a great season if he plays the Lions every week.
There it is. There's the joke. Bang, bang, perfectly delivered. And again, after week 1, the same joke we've been able to make for the last 20 years. The Lions aren't any good.
Were you more or less impressed with Jon Gruden's coaching last night than you expected to be?
Okay, he had the glasses, and we have lived long enough to see the boyish face of Jon Gruden look like it's not boyish anymore. And he doesn't look much like a savior as he's trying to resuscitate Derek Carr, and they lose to the Rams and an actual boy wonder on the other sideline who's playing for right now. If you're watching last night, you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute. Brian Billick and this guy have exactly the same record, the same resume. Look at their records. One of them can't get employed. The other one's worth $100 million. And last night you saw there's a lot better team out there than the one he's got.
Yeah, I don't want to judge them on this game because the Rams might be the best team in the league. And for a half, they kept up with the Rams. It just happened to be that the second half, the Rams took over. But it is curious to see what this team is made of. Obviously, they got rid of Khalil Mack, and a lot of people question that. But on offense, whatever happened to Amari Cooper? I don't know. And you've got Jared Cook out there looking like a stud because basically that's the only guy that Derek Carr wants to throw to right now. So I'm not sure what they have talent-wise. And I'm also not sure about the concept of having the oldest team in the league when you're a rebuilding team, the way they talked about last night. You had Jason Witten trying to tell us that that was a smart way to go so you can develop a culture. I'd rather have younger guys that you can take a flyer on and see if they're going to be good 3 or 4 years down the road. I'm not sure if I want to judge them based on that one game, but I'm not really sure on the formula Jon Gruden has going on here.
Huh. Boy, the Raiders, they score 1 touchdown. Khalil Mack scored 1 touchdown too.
That's true. That's also true. Yes, there you go.
It is really funny.
That is true. That is true.
Did the NFL just make the body weight penalty more or less clear?
All right, this has been confusing. It's a confusing time in football because it doesn't seem like the referees exactly know what the subjective rules are supposed to be. And you saw that Myles Garrett penalty over the weekend. That clearly wasn't a penalty at any time any of us have been watching football. Because of the body weight rule, they're now making clarifications between, is it all your body weight? Is it some of your body weight? I would be so angry if I made my money as a defensive player in this league and they kept changing all the rules to protect only one position. Because you're at a point right now, if the quarterback winces, it's a flag, and they can't figure out what's right and what's wrong, not even the guys in charge of doing it.
Well, let's read the rule. Let's read the rule to see if it's confusing or not confusing. A rushing defender is prohibited from committing such intimidating and punishing acts as stuffing a passer into the ground or unnecessarily wrestling or diving him down after the passer has thrown the ball, even if the rusher makes his initial contact within the passer within a 1-step limitation provided. To continue, when tackling a passer who is in a defensive posture, a defensive player must not unnecessarily or violently throw him down or land on top of him with all or most of the defender's weight. So you have to find a way to defy gravity on your way down after tackling this quarterback. 49% of your weight is okay, but not 51. It doesn't make any sense, and I'm pretty sure they're going to readdress this rule.
Would it be prudent move to rest Aaron Rodgers against the Vikings?
Okay, well, you know that I want to bring him into my bosom and just hold him all week and to protect him from the violent nature of that game because he is the masterpiece maker. He's the best I've ever seen at the position. I am not a doctor, but if I'm the Packers and I have maximum doctor information that my quarterback is anything less than 100% and risks a further injury, I'm not playing him this weekend. I don't care, division rival. I don't care about one game. You get this guy right so he's not playing through adrenaline and whatever it is that he had to take to keep himself on the field the last time he was out there.
I don't know why you need another opinion. Nobody cares more about Aaron Rodgers than that man right there, so clearly he's going to give him the best advice. I will just add this. If they throw him out there against the Vikings and that defense, which again is not a great idea, he can do anything. He can do what he did the other night on 3-step drops. He can just go out there and fool the defense. I always want to see Aaron Rodgers play. This week, not so much though.
$100 million, you gotta play.
Oh,
you gotta play, and you gotta get out of the pocket, and you gotta scramble, and you gotta go deep. You know what I mean? And you gotta go like that to that Vikings defense. Come on, I dare you to come to me. You gotta do $100 million. You know what I mean? You gotta get your money. You gotta get those fans their money worth. You know what I mean? Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Oh, he enjoyed that. Enjoy it. He stared at it. And then an extraordinary bat flip. Earned because of the sound that the bat made when he hit that baseball.
This could get you beat up pretty badly if you do this here in the States.
Routine of the job. I'm sure there's a payoff.
My Son's TV show is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
Ow. Yep, you guessed it. I'm a speed bump, so I've got one job. I slow you down. So imagine how I feel about Geico, who does way more. Like, not only could they save you money on car insurance, but they've been around for over 75 years, giving people fast and friendly claim service. Ow. Plus, they got a nifty mobile app that gives you 24/7 access. Ow. Just doing my job, buddy.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Time to play the game that is thinking about growing out his lettuce. Do you question?
At least you have the option, unlike someone else. You give us topics and events and we question them.
What would I possibly know about lettuce?
Do you question if this is good coaching?
Papi, do you know what a pancake block is in football?
Oh, a pancake block? Oh, man, are you kidding me? That's one of my favorite moves in football.
What is it?
Is it with syrup or without syrup? I don't know what a pancake block is.
All right, very
Sounds good to me.
So there was one in Georgia, and the high school coach celebrated it.
Look at that.
Yes,
look at that. An amazingly appropriate question by your father, by the way. Amazingly appropriate.
That's amazing. And look who the joke's on. The joke's on me, and I suspect it won't be the last one at my expense right now.
Actually, no, the joke's on the players. There's so much high fructose corn syrup in that. At least get some real pure Vermont syrup.
Okay, this is a mouthful. This is a real long sentence. So hang on in there. Do you question if this behavior should be out of line in the Canadian Semi-Pro Inter-County Baseball League?
All right, this is where this show has now arrived at the bottom rung on the show business ladder. We're going out to Canada for a semi-pro game between two teams from different counties. Oh, he enjoyed that. Enjoy it. He stared at it. And then an extraordinary bat flip. Earned because of the sound that the bat made when he hit that baseball.
This could get you beat up pretty badly if you do this here in the States.
Oh, wow. This is still going on.
Yep.
Okay, now he is walking now he's limping. He is developing old age right now, a sort of rigor mortis as he runs around the bases.
The longest trot in history. Kudos to the cameraman for sticking with this. What happens here? Oh.
Really?
Oh. Who's in the wrong there?
mean,
did they eject the batter for that?
That was a disrespectful bat flip, but it could have been worse.
No, it couldn't have been worse. I mean, he's right. My father's totally right. It could have been worse.
Slightly more dangerous. I don't know if they do this type of angry in Canada, though. They're super nice.
Do you question if this guy did his job?
We were told, and this is the only information that we got, the job is garbage man. So did this garbage man well?
First of all, why are we spying on a garbage man here?
Because everything in 2018 must be watched. He's doing fine so far.
Yep. Pretty solid work so far, I would say.
Yes. Just the mundane routine of the job. I'm sure there's a payoff
that one
at
seems
the end
heavy.
of this.
Just get rid of the whole thing. Yep. I think he did his job spectacularly.
Yeah, that's it. This is too heavy. Get out of here. Let's go, Bill. We're done here.
The exact body language you'd expect in that situation.
You know why I like garbage men?
Why is that, Bobby?
Because they talk trash.
Oh, dad joke. Dad joke with a tiger's roar as a bonus.
Coming up next on my son's TV show.
Oh, yeah. See, that's $5,000. That's right. My father likes that just from a helicopter. That's 200 people down below. Oh, look at that, Papi. And so many people there ran away with $9. Let's see what we've got here. There it is. Okay, that is worth it, though. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. There it is. That's what we brought Luther in here for. Okay?
To play the game that wishes there was a second MC at this table who knows it is all about the you. See? Or no?
Who could possibly be a second MC at this table who would know it's all about the you? You tell us what to watch on TV tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued.
On Masson 2, A's and Orioles.
Does this look as crowded and visually funny as I think it does? That's Luther Campbell, formerly of 2 Live Crew, took the lyrics all the way to the Supreme Court, and we dragged him in here to talk about A's and Orioles, a wild pitch, to analyze a wild pitch. Let's see what we've got here. There it is. Okay, that is worth it, though. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. There it is. That's what we brought Luther in here for. Again, godfather of booty music in Miami. Break it down. Izzy, are you intrigued, Izzy?
I mean, not so much that pitch at the time, but really A's, Orioles at this time of the year. Come on.
Luther, are you intrigued?
I am intrigued. I thought he bounced the ball off his butt.
All right, well, wait, hold on a second. If you're intrigued, how hard is this game, Luther? It's see or no. You lived in Miami all your life. You're terrible at this game. Just hold the card correctly. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? That was a hell of a move to our first base, you know? Was there somebody on first base? I never saw that move before.
It wasn't a pickoff move.
Wasn't a picked-off move.
Oh.
In a gym somewhere in the Bay Area, probably, Steph Curry playing defense.
Okay, you miss basketball, right? We all miss basketball a little bit. Yeah, he misses it a great deal. Let's see if he holds the card up correctly this time. Let's see what we've got here with Steph Curry playing defense in a gym somewhere. Oh, yeah. See, Luther knows he works with these kids in town here. Well, the layup, you got to finish that, kid. Kid, you got to finish that. You can't just do that to Steph Curry and then not finish it. You got to finish it. No. Hey, get out of here, kid. You don't deserve to be on the show. Izzy, are you intrigued?
I mean, I can watch that over and over again. I'll take any Steph Curry videos right about now. When does the NBA season start again?
Oh, can't wait. Luther, are you intrigued?
Oh, yes. I love what the kid did to Steph Curry.
All right.
So close.
All right.
So close.
Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? That happens when you play Isaiah Thomas. You know, he's a tricky guy. You know what I mean? He got some moves, that Isaiah Thomas guy. You know what I mean?
He's back.
On ESPN Plus, USL, Louisville City, and FC Cincinnati.
Brought him here to talk about soccer as well. Now, Luther Campbell may have made money fly into the air in Vegas, but I'm guessing that it was in a different place than these people doing it at Fan Appreciation Night at a previous Vegas game. That's $5,000. That's right. My father likes that just from a helicopter. That's 200 people down below. Oh, look at that, Papi. And so many people there ran away with $9. $9 they ran away with because there's so many people on the court.
Starting to spray out as well.
Keep yourself on the
outskirts. Everything's starting to push.
The pitch is probably what I was going for there. I got no help from my co-hosts.
Where's the referee?
You're on your own, man.
We're going to keep chasing these dollar bills, and I'm afraid of the joke that Luther Campbell is going to tell. Izzy, are you intrigued?
Have some dignity, people. Absolutely not.
Luke, are you intrigued?
Oh, yes, I am. He talk about make it rain. You talking about make it rain, Papi? That's how they make it rain.
That's right. That's a hell of a deal. Making it rain.
Making it rain. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, that helicopter pilot is really a rookie. If I'm in that position, I'll never show up. I keep the money and I just fly away. I play everybody down there. That's the way to do it.
On YouTube, Kevin Hart's LOL Network.
Oh, Luther Campbell is feuded with the media, the sports media, notoriously over the years. Who's your least favorite guy in the media? Least favorite.
My least favorite?
Least favorite. You got to pick one who's always killing the athletes, who's always mean to the athletes. Pick one.
Jim Rome.
All right, we'll go with Skip Bayless getting into a hot tub with Kevin Hart.
It just turns my stomach when all these blind witnesses, try to delude themselves and the basketball public into believing that LeBron James is better than Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Who would win a one-on-one game between those two?
Michael Jordan's 85!
No, in their prime.
In Michael Jordan's prime, nobody beats Michael Jordan because he's Michael Jordan.
He's a killer.
Where do you put Kobe Bryant? Where's Kobe Bryant?
I'd put him... He's in my top 10.
What the
huh?
Izzy, are you intrigued?
No, not until they find a sports media member who looks better with his shirt off, maybe?
Oh, wow. I thought Bayless looked pretty good for the beefcake, but Izzy also looks better. Yeah, he does look better. That's true.
Come on, Kevin Hart.
Luther, are you intrigued?
No, I'm not. Because I think they cut Skip head off and put a body in. The man about 70 years old.
I know. It's like crazy. That. He is almost 70 years old. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But Kevin Hart is a tricky guy. He's not all the way inside that top. He's halfway out of that top. He's making a skip. There you are. All right. He's a smart guy.
Bayless is doing it right.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Luther Campbell does a lot of cool stuff with kids in this Miami community, and LeBron James has teamed up with him to put a series on Stars that you should check out beginning September 16th. Thanks for watching. Good.
Hell of a segment. Oh,
no. Is Dan okay?